Are you looking to uplift your existing CMDB? Or are you looking to get more from your existing configuration management process? In this short video, I'm going to show you 3 tips on how you can get more from your CMDB and also uplift your existing configuration management process. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Kirk Penn and I'm the Principal Advisory Consultant at Service Management Specialists. I'm an ITIL expert and I've spent the last 15 years working with organisations to improve their ITSM capabilities. Today in this video I'm really excited to share with you 3 tips for improving CMDB and also the configuration management process.
So first, let's just recap on what configuration management does. So it establishes an accurate account for our IT assets and their relationships. It also ensures that we can maintain information about CIs required to deliver an IT service. So from a customer perspective, what does a CMDB and configuration management actually do? Well, it ensures that we can provide faster and more consistent support. It also helps us to provide less disruptions to the business as well. When we've got an accurate understanding of our landscape, we can completely manage that a whole lot more comprehensively. From a team perspective and efficiency perspective, it ensures that we've got a clear understanding of the IT landscape. It also ensures that we can have an understanding of the history of CIs, so any disruptions to CIs and also any major changes that we've made to CIs. So how up to date is your CMDB? Well, we had a quick survey and looked at the responses that came back, and 40% said that their CMDB is up to date, whereas 60% said no, we actually don't get any value out of our CMDB. So what helps us to keep our CMDB accurate and up to date? Well, one thing that we've noticed and certainly work with our clients is that when people are starting to get value from their CMDB, there's a direct correlation to processes, and this is typically around their incident management process and their change management processes. So if we can think about, certainly one thing to keep in mind is when we've got good processes and a good process orientation, then that certainly helps to get more accuracy around our CMDB. So I really like this quote. So success isn't always about greatness, it's about consistency. And certainly the CMDB is not easy, it requires hard work, but it does lead to success. And then obviously greatness will come. But it's really about having that consistency. And that's why I love this quote from Dwayne Johnson. So let's jump into the 3 tips for keeping your CMDB up to date and getting more from your configuration management process. Okay, so number 1. Compulsory Update CI task as part of each change request. So let's just go into this in a little bit more detail. So we can see here that we've got a change request here, a change record up the top here. And what we're going to do here is just walk you through how we do this. So typically the request has been completed and we're actually at the review stage, as you can see through the change lifecycle. So the other part here which is really important is that we've actually got a tasks tab within this form, and if we just click on here, we've actually got an update CI attribute information task here. So that's exactly what I meant by this, is that we have a compulsory task for each RFC that is focused on update CI attribute. So if we click on that, what actually happens is it ensures that when we complete the task that we can enter in how we've actually updated that attribute and complete the task. This can then move, the change can then move from review through to the closure state. So really important here that we've got this compulsory task that we are using, complete task, to ensure that, that each change record has a CI attribute update to it. Okay, so number 2 is a really fun part of being able to create a team challenge. And create a team challenge to be able to mature and uplift your CMDB, but also help to embed configuration management process. So the way in which you do that is, first of all, you must have a snapshot or a summary of your current state CMDB. Now, if you want some help in being able to understand on how to do that, then head over to our YouTube page and we've actually created a video on how to create a snapshot of your CMDB. It's just a short video, but it'll show you how to be able to do that. And then once you've been able to get that current state, you're actually then able to create a challenge between teams. So the way in which you might want to do this is look at, say for example, between a period of time, let's say it's between March and May, and then start to look at, okay, how many attributes have been populated within the CMDB from March through to May? How many relationships have been mapped? And also CI accuracy, if you did a quick audit on each of those CIs, how accurate are they? This is a great way for teams to be able to look at those 3 types of things over a period, and you can have a challenge with prizes and so on around it. So it's a really great way of being able to create a team challenge. Alright, number 3, ensure CIs are meaningful when anchoring to incidents and changes. So what do we mean by that? Well, we want to make sure that, and what we've seen in organizations is that as people are raising incidents or changes, that they just select CIs. They're not actually that meaningful or correct. So they absolutely need to be. So the way in which we're going to do this, if you have a look at an example here again, if we go back to a change record here at the top, this is change record, and if you start to look at the configuration item that we've selected, that needs to be meaningful. So there actually needs to be a firewall enterprise HAHO. So everyone needs to understand exactly what that is. And again, if we have a look at an incident as an example, again the CI here is Acrobat Reader. So what we also find working with organizations is that sometimes they say, look, the CI is not there. So what you also want to be able to do is if the CI is not available for selection, raise a request to create a new CI. And here's a great way of being able to do that. So if you're working within an incident record here, and you select your configuration item and it's not there, you can click on New CI Required. What that does, it actually creates a task in the background for the CMDB coordinator or the librarian to create that new CI. They'll go in and create the new CI, and they'll also be able to go back to the incident record and ensure that the right configuration item is anchored. Alright, question of the day. How up to date is your CMDB? And what techniques have you used to keep your CMDB accurate and up to date? Let us know in the comments below. Alright, so as a quick summary here, in terms of keeping your CMDB up to date and getting more from your configuration management process, number 1, compulsory update CI task for each change request. Number 2, create a team challenge. It's a fun way of being able to mature and uplift your process and also your CMDB. And number 3, ensure that when you're selecting CIs, ensure that they're meaningful, especially when anchoring to incidents and changes.
If you've enjoyed this video, then please click on the like button and consider subscribing to Service Management Specialist channel. We're committed to helping digital and business leaders become more successful with their improvement initiatives, bringing you weekly tips, tools and insights across your processes, people and collaboration. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.